Hi, this is Vanessa Harris with Fun for the Disabled. I'm here with my friend Stella, who is whispering this week's interview questions in my ear. This week's video is an interview with Mike Ervin, who has been a wheelchair user for almost 60 years. Mike has spinal atrophy, which is a form of muscular dystrophy. Mike writes a blog called Smartass Cripple.
Well, I've been writing for a long time, and when I started to figure out a good style for myself, I thought that writing about disability stuff and writing about it with humor seemed to be the thing that fit my style best. So I collected it. I had a bunch of ideas floating around, and I just wrote down, I wouldn't say like the ideas, but little prompts that would remind me of what it was that I was thinking of. And I would, and then after a while, I saw the whole phenomenon of blogging came up, and I thought, oh, that seems like a good format. So I came up with the name Smartass Cripple, and as it says in the very first piece, the idea of it is to cause conflict in people's minds. The two words don't really go together. Like I say in the first piece, everybody loves a cripple, but everybody hates a smartass. So I try to make people can't decide whether they're supposed to love me or hate me, and then hopefully the writing will make them decide which one it is that they want to do.
Mike is also an ambassador to the Abilities Expo when it comes to Chicago every year. I asked Mike what he enjoyed about being an ambassador.
Well, you get to go there and be there, spend the whole weekend at this event, which is all about people connecting and finding resources and finding the community. And I kind of float around and talk to people, and to me that's a fun way to spend a weekend. So I enjoy that, and then helping them put it together locally in Chicago, helping them make the connections that they need to make, and just convincing people to come and that kind of thing. And when it all comes together, it feels good to be a part of it.
Mike works with a political action group called ADAPT that addresses disabilities,
which does a lot of street action. And it's stressful because you're protesting, but it's enjoyable, especially when you win. When you make things better for people through your action, that's always quite enjoyable and quite satisfying.
Yeah, that's true. Mike has some really cool stories about his friendship with the late Roger Ebert.
I think he's, one day I looked and there was a big explosion of stats, and I thought, I wonder if Roger Ebert did something. And I guess he had given a TED Talk, and at the end of the TED Talk, he said that he read the blog and that he recommended other people read it too. And I guess just from saying that, it caused like thousands of people to come. But it was kind of funny because he did mention it now and then, and even though we met a few times in passing, but even though we were only formally introduced once about a year before he died, we would call ourselves internet friends. But when he died, I had gotten contacted by it was IMDb or some celebrity internet site, and they said, can you do an interview similar to what we're doing now, a video interview about Roger Ebert? And I said, sure. And I was waiting in the queue, and I could hear the program, and then they go, and next we're going to talk to Roger Ebert's best friend. And I wondered what all the people in the audience were thinking, like, wow, is it going to be Martin Scorsese or Robert De Niro, or who's it going to be? And it turns out to be me. So I don't know that I was his best friend, but if they wanted to call me that, that's cool.
That's cool. Well, do you have anything else you want to tell us before I sign off?
Subscribe to Fun for the Disabled.
Yeah. Hey.
All right.
And we also need to check out Smartass Cripple.
Yes, smartasscripple.blogspot.com. But if you just Google in Smartass Cripple, it will take you there.
Well, that's Mike Ervin, and that about wraps it up for now. Don't forget to check out his blog, smartasscripple.blogspot.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Fun for the Disabled. I will be covering more interesting, fun, and cool things for you in future videos. Bye-bye.